So I see like the magician pulling the little towels from their mouth, because I feel like you had to always come up with like excuses or ways to make this person feel better about a situation, or just how to, like, you had to boost their mood, you had to boost their ego. So it almost feels like you had to like spew whatever it was to make this person feel a certain way, or to help them feel secure, I guess, in this relationship with you. But this feels like something that you kind of allowed to like let itself kind of go and do what it needed to do, play itself out there. So I want to know what you romantically feel about this person, because there has to be a reason why you've come into this energy with this person, and why this person still feels kind of this way about you. So I'm going to leave their cards out here and then just kind of see what you're feeling in the heart space about this person. That was quick. That was quick. That was quick. Oh my gosh. And like, I can't stress this enough. It's a man on the front. So I feel like you could, oh my god. And then a message for you, it's a female. I can't show it because it's slight nudity. But then, and then on this front, it's the couple. So it's like, this is your message for your counterpart. You don't have to take it male and masculine, but there's definitely two people in here. There's two different messages, so it's good to know. Don't make decisions based on guilt or what you think you should do. For it is only in being true to yourself that you can be true to others. So much to unpack there. Okay, so I do think that you have buried something, you've decided to let go of it. And maybe this person is trying to come back around in your energy to kind of revive whatever the situation was. But I see you kind of being like, no, I'm out of the game. It's been an allotted amount of time. I no longer want to be dealing with this. So I'm leaving this in its apocalypse form. It's gone, it's buried, so leave it alone. Okay, you have the runaway coming out in reverse. You have the sailor, and then the sleeper coming out in reverse. So you could have new things right now that are kind of keeping your attention away from whatever it is that this person is going to be bringing back to you. You have the sleeper card coming out in reverse, so this is definitely not something that is causing you a lot of like nerves. You're not like feeling a type of way about this. You're not losing sleep is what I'm trying to say. And then you have the runaway coming out in reverse, which is secrets and running from your problems. This is like a bird cage. I'm also hearing the song Birds of a Feather by Billie Eilish, but I was going to say that it's like giving the exact opposite of it. It's like if you can write a parody for that song and then give it to this person, that's what you would do. Because I feel like in the past you may have felt that way, like about this person, like birds of a feather, like we should stick together. But it's come to a point now where you don't see that person as, it's like old news, because you have your sailor here, you have new influences and wanderlust. It's like you have like a whole new life here. It's like when somebody's going on a boat and I'm seeing they're like, we're gonna sail to new land, and when we land we're gonna have new life, you know. It's when they're promising like all this stuff when you're like back in the old days when you're like getting on boats. It's giving that energy that like whatever it was on the horizon, you're like, fuck it, like I'm sailing out and I'm gonna see what else is out here. And then you have vengeance, overcoming slights, and a choice. So your love message too talked about not feeling guilty about a decision that you have made. I feel like you've already made this decision. I do think it was like leaving this person or cutting them off, or because I did say in the beginning of this reading, I don't think you guys were in contact. I think it was no contact. There's a reason why this person's like, I'm filled with so much love. I feel like there is kind of a delusional sense here from this other person that is like filled with so much light, or I do feel like they could be coming off very strongly with their passion, because you might have not, like I mentioned, explained to this person what they did to make you feel like they were kind of being sneaky and like slick, which to be fair, you haven't really explained it to me either as a tarot reader. Well, I mean, your spirit guides haven't yet, which is okay. Like, we're just going around. I feel like what we're doing, it's like coloring outside the lines. And then you're like the middle. You're like the, let me get the color inside to see what's going on here. So why do you feel like this person snanked you? You obviously feel like this person had like pulled one over you, or they were trying to. They put you in a position where I feel like you had to kind of like back up off this person and go, do you really think I'm that dumb? Because I really keep hearing that saying run through my head, like, you think I was born yesterday? Like, okay, so whenever I see this crystal out, right away I get that this was some form of a relationship that did cause you some pain. I never want to take this as physical, like, abuse or physical pain. This is a relationship that was just very damaging to your heart space and to your just emotional well-being. This is not something that I feel like was very, as much as this person is putting it as like, I miss your love and I miss like this passion that ignites us. It's a twin flame journey. So I'm sure this dynamic wasn't easy or peaceful, and I feel like it left you restless. So with this dynamic, it could have been something that made you really emotional. I'm also seeing like pills, stuff of that nature. So maybe you're on like some sort of pills or substances like birth control, or you had to, like, I'm seeing something there with fertility and medication and your hormones, and there feels like there was an imbalance between, like, how you felt health-wise. Oh, and I think that because you have, like, don't feel guilty, too, about the decision, the choices that you made, right? Hold on, I want to read your message again because I feel like there was something else in there. Don't make decisions based on guilt and what you think you should do. I feel like your emotional well-being was attacked a lot, where you started to kind of question how you're going to show up. It's kind of weird because I feel like even though you were losing like love for this person, you were still kind of trying to promise yourself that you would continue to show up with a certain level of love. It was like you were telling yourself that just because this person wasn't matching your energy didn't mean that you needed to like match whatever energy they were presenting to you. Because I'm getting the kunzite come out in reverse, and this is about a stone that awakens unconditional love. But specifically, it's like a spiritual stone. So it's going to unlock that love in a way that's like, it's a little bit more, it's different, it's tricky. Usually it involves like a level of trauma for us to like have or require that unconditional love, because you do have to go through like some sort of like, it almost feels like hell and back moment with someone to know like true unconditional love. But that doesn't mean that they were putting you through some abusive like turmoil like that, where you were like, you know, physically hurt. But this does feel like it was something that kind of like emotionally, I feel like, manipulated the way that you felt about yourself. This was more of like a like if this person showed up a certain way, they were showing up toxic, it's like you didn't want to show up to this situation and be toxic too. So you were going to try to consider this with yourself and kind of try to be like, okay, how can I do this in a way where I'm showing like unconditional love? But it coming out in reverse, I don't think that you were truly feeling unconditional love. It was more like you were being forced to play the role of the unconditional lover, and this person was playing the role of the toxic one. But again, this is a spiritual crystal, so this is something that was happening in a sense that I feel like is a little bit it was a little bit traumatic for you. The twin flame energy, I don't think that this was something that was easy. So I want to know a little bit more, because we're at 9 minutes and I still don't know much of the details about what this person was really opening up in this dynamic. And then you have heliotrope, which is a bloodstone. It's cleansing negative energy in the blood. By doing this, it grounds any anger or resentment in your heart and blood, and it throws calming effect on your heart when you are feeling irritated and impatient. This person could have struggled with anger issues too, or maybe you could resonate with that energy too. There just could have been a lot of just like a lot of hostility in this dynamic, where you didn't feel very at peace or like structured in this dynamic very often. You guys could have had like more no contact than you did contact. I feel like you could be currently in no contact longer than you even known this person.